Hey folks, welcome back to Charge Cowboys Sports Report. I do apologize for my absence. I haven't been on since a week after the playoff debacle at home against San Francisco. Life happened, but I am back doing some catch up on what's going on in the off season. And I don't know about y'all, but so far I no likes what I see. Stephen Jones seems to be running the team now. And I never thought I would say this, but I miss the old Jerry. The old Jerry Jones, with the talent we have right now, would create a Super Bowl team. We saw the Rams do it last year, go all in, and win it all. I would rather go all in right now and win one or two Super Bowls and then go through a rebuilding phase. I mean, it's completely worth it, opposed to just being mediocre, maybe winning the division, getting into the postseason, maybe winning one playoff game, and that's it. That is not what it's about. Stephen Jones seems like he's wanting to win the Cap Bowl every season. Oh, maybe if I can save this much money in cap space and this much money in cap space, I can roll it all over, and then one year we'll have $1 billion to spend. It doesn't work that way. And in 2 years, I think 2 years, the new TV contracts come out, the salary cap will have a big expansion. Go out and sign people, man. Right now, there are 5 veteran corners on the free agent market after this Kelvin Joseph debacle, him being Kelvin Joseph. Want to be a rapper. You're the second-round draft pick for the most valuable franchise in the world, the Dallas Cowboys. Master your craft. Worry about rap later. Boss man fat. What a freaking joke. Now you're involved in a murder case. Bye-bye him. He was supposed to be our guy coming into this season in season 2. He's kind of redshirted his freshman year. But right now, on the market, we have Chris Harris, Kevin King, Xavier Rhodes, Joe Hayden, and Richard Sherman. Now tell me, not one of those guys would be good for a 1 or 2 year contract to play opposite Diggs, because all 5 of those guys are better than Anthony Brown. So why not bring just one of them in? And by the way, the Honey Badger is still a free agent out there right now. It's April 24th. This video is being filmed April 24th. Sunday. The Honey Badger is still out there. He's not super prime Honey Badger, but he is still damn good. Pair him with Jaron Curse. Go out. I mean, you let Cooper go. You traded him for peanuts. You let Lyle Collins go. You got the cap room. You didn't sign Randy Gregory. So that money's still there. Stephen Jones is looking to be incompetent to run this team. His dad, as aggressive and crazy as he was in previous years, I preferred that than what I'm seeing from Steven, because Jerry went for the gusto. Steven just seems like mediocrity is a nice hole to be in, and it's not. It's been 26 years since we've sniffed an NFC Championship game. So, you see, Kansas City trade Tyreek Hill to Miami for a plethora of draft picks. I mean, reminiscent to the Herschel Walker trade that we did in 1989, 1990 with Minnesota, where we got a plethora of draft picks that wound up being the core of our dynasty, those picks. So, Stephen Jones trades Amari Cooper, who is a solid number 1 receiver, for a 6th-round pick, essentially, or a 5th. And no, it was a 6th, and we swapped 5th. That's just whatever. Peanuts. Traded him for peanuts. Whenever he could have maybe put his brain to it and said, the Patriots are going to part ways with Shaq Mason, their left guard. Very good left guard. Still young. We need a good left guard. How about I call Belichick and see if we could just do a trade because Mac Jones needs a good number one wideout, and Amari would restructure his contract. He would have done that to stay here. He would have restructured it and say, let's do a one-on-one trade. We'll give y'all Cooper, y'all give us Shaq Mason. That takes care of our left guard situation. All we got to do is worry about center for this year. But no, we trade him for peanuts. What sense does that make? Now that $20 million salary doesn't look so bad anymore. You got Tyreek Hill at $30 million a year. You got Devontae Adams with the Raiders at like $28 million a year. You got DeAndre Hopkins at like $27.5 a year. Allen Robinson at like $26 a year. And another receiver that's at $24-25 million a year. So that $20 million salary doesn't look so bad now. And, I mean, at least keep Cooper for one more year, and then you can still walk away next year with no cap penalty, the way it was structured. Dalton Schultz came out this week and said they're a better offense with Amari Cooper. So what do we have now? We have CeeDee Lamb and James Washington as the slated starters for week 1, because Michael Gallup will not be ready week 1. I see him probably being ready by week 6, week 7, because he tore his ACL late in the season. So what sense does it make knowing that Michael Gallup tore his ACL, won't be ready for maybe the first half of the season? Why would you let Cooper walk? And if so, why would you do it for peanuts? He's worth at least a first-round pick. At least get another first-round pick for him so you got 2, and you can spend one on an offensive lineman and one on a prime receiver. It just doesn't make any damn sense. Now, we still have hope for this season, depending on how we draft, depending on how our picks last year develop from year 1 to year 2. And then now we got Stephen Jones after they messed up the Randy Gregory deal and he wound up walking, going to another team. Stephen Jones has the audacity to say that Dorrance Armstrong is the same as Randy Gregory. Same production, same skill. Is he on crack? Randy Gregory is twice what Dorrance Armstrong ever dreamt about being. Just because they both had 6 sacks last year, all sacks are not created equal. The 6 sacks Dorrance Armstrong had was maybe 1 was on his own accord. The other 5 was because Randy Gregory or Micah Parsons or Osi Odigizua chased the quarterback into his arms. It's the only reason why he got the other 5 sacks. He does not get consistent pressure. Not like Randy Gregory, not even close. And this is going to be Randy Gregory's breakout year. He's never eclipsed 6 sacks in the season. We know that. But this year, I bet you anything he gets 12 or more. And the way he was sacking quarterbacks last season, he wasn't just grabbing them, taking them down. He was just knocking their helmets off. I mean, the Patriot game, when he was sacking Mac Jones, I mean, coming around the corner, full speed, and just pop, man. Mac Jones' helmet, he's looking out of his ear hole, and half of his sacks caused forced fumbles. He was a force to be reckoned with. Gregory and Tank would have been great bookends. Now we still have Tank Lawrence, which is good because he brings attitude to the defense. Micah Parsons probably won't be full-time edge, but he had the best pass rushing grade of any pass rusher last year whenever he lined up on the edge. So with the draft coming up this Thursday, listening to Tom Downey, I agree with his first 3 picks. That would be the best. In round 1, if we could get Zion Johnson, that would be beautiful. He could scoot into left guard and hopefully be an instant hit like Frederick or Martin was in 2013, 2014, and solidify that spot, leaving the center. And maybe round 2, if, say, George Pickens falls in our lap, that would be a beautiful round 2 pick. He could be an instant contributor at the wide receiver position out of Georgia. And round 3, there was a really good edge rusher that he named. I forgot the name of him. But, yeah, if we can get a good edge rusher in round 3, or vice versa, a good edge rusher in round 2 and a receiver in round 3 because this draft is very, very deep in wide receivers. So you could get a good gem at wide receiver in round 3 or round 4. I wouldn't doubt that for a second. But our first round pick needs to be an offensive lineman because we have Terrence Steele, who is now the right tackle, as he should be. And last year he was on pace to have an all-pro season had he played the entire season. So if you can pick up where he left off, we have a young superstar right tackle. Ty Smith, if he can play a good 13 of the 17 games, that'd be great. Zach Martin's 30. He's healthy as a horse. He still probably has a good 5 years left in him. And then if we can draft a Zion Johnson or somebody of that caliber in the first round at left guard, then we'll have 2 really good young offensive linemen with a left guard rookie and Terrence Steele in his third year. And then 2 veterans at left tackle and right guard. All we need to worry about is center. Because Tyler Biadasz was in Dak Prescott's lap way too many times last season. Sign a free agent. You got Jim Treader. You got a few other guys out there that aren't world beaters, but they're better than Biadasz. That's all you got to do is get somebody better than him. Because Biadasz is horrible. I mean, I wish the man well to work, but he is not a good NFL center. That has been proven. So I don't know. I figure they're going to wait until the draft, see who they get, and then after that, see what needs are pressing, and then sign the rest of what they want to sign free agent-wise. So far, we've signed James Washington, Dante Fowler. Hopefully, Dante Fowler can play like he did with the Rams when he was a 10-plus sack guy. He's still not too old. If he can play that role real well and bookend well with Tank, that'd be great. I'm really excited to see what Osi Odigizua does in year 2 because his rookie season, he was a force. He hit that rookie wall, but he'll be good. Neville Gallimore, being that he don't get hurt in the preseason, is starting to become a boss in the middle right there. Carlos Watkins was very effective. LVE got a 1-year extension, as you know. And I think this is going to be a breakout year for Jaron Kearse. If you look at the stats between Budda Baker and Jaron Kearse last year, Budda Baker is an all-pro safety. Jaron Kearse has better stats all across the board. More tackles for losses, more pass breakups, more interceptions, more forced fumbles and fumble recoveries. This kid could be the next Darren Woodson. Could be. Darren Woodson was our strong safety. We haven't had a safety like him since. Jaron Kearse could be it, and he is still young. And our free safety right now is Malik Hooker, former first-round pick for Indianapolis. And Donovan Wilson is the backup. I thought last year was going to be Donovan Wilson's breakout year because of the year he had before. And as a rookie in preseason, he had 4 takeaways. But he's just been plagued with injuries. But Donovan Wilson is a great third safety. So with Kelvin Joseph having his legal troubles, hopefully if he gets by with this and doesn't have any suspension and doesn't get arrested and can play this season, because he's doing team workouts right now. Maybe he's scared straight, which is what we need, because the kid has skill. He's got talent. He just needs to focus on his craft and master it like Trayvon Diggs has been doing. Since we drafted Diggs, all he's been doing is grinding. You saw his rookie season. You know, he was getting beat often and early, but he kept plugging and plugging. His rookie season, you saw him catch up to DK Metcalf and knock the ball out. You know, that was all hustle. He's about his game, and this is his 3rd season. So after this season, if he has another good one, he's going to get the bag. Y'all best believe that. And I think this year Trayvon's going to be a shutdown. So if Kelvin Joseph can stay on the team and play, he better show up. But I think we need to sign at least one of these 5 free agent veteran corners to at least a 1-year deal. Joe Hayden is very serviceable. Chris Harris, very serviceable. Kevin King is okay. Xavier Rhodes is good. They're all better than Anthony Brown is what I'm alluding to. Anthony Brown had a solid season, but he is a liability. On Thanksgiving, all the Raiders, when they got to 3rd and 4th and long, was just throw deep against whoever 30s covering. Then he got 5 PIs that game. So we shall see what happens Thursday. But so far with this offseason, I'm not impressed. Stephen Jones looks like he just looks like an amateur. Looks like he's in over his head. The old Jerry Jones would have been aggressive, would have kept Gregory, did whatever he had to do to make the deal. Would have probably signed a big splash free agent like he did in the past when he would sign Terrell Owens or, trade a first-round pick for Roy Williams in 08, even though it didn't work out. He was going for the gusto then. Thinking Roy Williams and Terrell Owens, great combination with Romo. This would be the time to do it now. Tyrann Mathieu, get one big-time free agent. We have the money to spend. Spend it. And Dak will be healthy this year. Last year, he was never 100%, coming off a catastrophic leg injury, compound fracture, all that. He'll be healthy this season. And if we can get a good offensive lineman, left guard, and a better center, and our offensive line can move people like they did the last season for the first 6 weeks, everybody's saying Elliott's washed up. If y'all noticed, the first 6 weeks of last year, after 6 games were played, Zeke Elliott had over 600 yards rushing. He averaged 100 yards a game because the offensive line was blocking, moving people. A running back cannot run the ball when the offensive line is in the backfield. So if our offensive line is strong this year, Elliott and Pollard can eat. And if they can eat, that's when Dak is at his best. And hopefully we can draft a really dime receiver in the 2nd or 3rd round, get a good edge rusher in the 2nd or 3rd round, and get a solid left guard in the 1st round. I don't want to take up too much of your time right now. That's all for now. I'll have a video before the draft this week. Again, this is Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. It's been a while, been a few months. Please like and subscribe. Every subscriber counts, every like counts, every comment counts. The pinned comment for this video, if you please leave your pinned comment, is, do you agree with how Stephen Jones has run this offseason? A simple Y or N will suffice. Mine is a double N. No, no, no. Stephen, hire a real general manager that knows what he's doing, because he's seemed to make all the wrong moves this offseason. But we have enough talent and coordinators to make up for that. Watch this defense be a top 5 defense this next year. This season, this year. Even without Gregory, that's basically the only guy that we lost. If we can draft a premium edge as a rookie and have Micah Parsons really make that lead from year 1 to year 2 and be even better than he was as his rookie year, Gregory won't be that missed. So we shall see. We shall see what happens with the draft. But that's all for tonight, guys. TC for life. I hope this season is everything we hope it can be. And I hope that we make a splash signing. Sign the Honey Badger. Sign him so we can have a safety duo like we did in 03 when we had Darren Woodson and Roy Williams. Guess what? In 2003, we had the number 1 ranked defense that year. That was the only time in Bill Parcells' career he finished the season with the number 1 ranked defense. Having Darren Woodson and Roy Williams at safety was beautiful. Imagine J-Ron Curse, Tyrann Mathieu at safety. Freaking beautiful. Why not do it? We got the money. $20 million saved with Cooper, 10 with Collins. What's the point of saving all that money if you're not going to freaking use it? Make a move, Steven. That's it for tonight, guys. Y'all have a great week, and God bless. Charles in Charge is out.